this morning's U.S. Bank Economic 360, we're looking ahead to the Super Bowl. It actually has a great investment track record. U.S. Bank Vice President and Senior Portfolio Manager Mike Denneman is with Business Watch producer Kelly Leon in the studio to explain. Mike, Kelly.
Thanks, Allie. Mike, thanks for being here.
Good morning.
Okay, you do a lot of serious, important topics. This
Right.
one seems kind of ridiculous. It's the Super Bowl as a market predictor.
Sure.
Okay.
And you know, we're only a week away, so we've got some time to get our investments in order.
I am all ears.
You know, we talk a lot about market seasonalities and market superstitions. This one a little bit crazier than most, but somehow it seems to work. So the very basic idea is that if the AFC team wins, prices will go up for the year. If the NFC team, I'm sorry, complete opposite. AFC means a losing year. NFC means
winning.
A winning year.
Okay.
So, depending on how you score it, and that's a big but, we'll talk about that in a second, 40 of the 49 Super Bowls have correctly predicted the direction of the market. So that's a better than 80% success rate, right? All things being equal, that's a pretty good track record.
Okay, so A is for loser, AFC is for loser, NFC is for winner.
Yes. Okay,
got it. So how do you explain this success rate? What's the scientific phenomenon behind this?
You don't, and that's the key. This is just one of those fun things to kind of keep in the back of your mind. You know, we talk about those market superstitions, which seem, you know, maybe a little bit corny on the surface, but if you dig into them a little bit, often you find there's some actual logic there. With this one, not so much. And I mentioned a minute ago, it's a little bit nuanced, not as cut and dry as it sounds. There's a little bit of a fudge factor in there. So it's not AFC against NFC necessarily. It's how you trace your roots to the old AFL or the old NFL. And of course, teams have switched conferences over time. So take the Steelers, for example. We know full well they play in the AFC, but they trace their roots to the NFL, so they count for an up market. They've won the Super Bowl 6 times, so of course that can skew the numbers. And also keep in mind this is only the direction of stock prices. It doesn't count dividends, which is a subtle difference, but a big one. A great example was last year. The Patriots won the Super Bowl. They're the AFC. That means a down market, and sure enough, stock prices were down very slightly. So it worked, right? Well, if you don't include dividends. If you include the dividends, which of course most investors do, that actually gave the market a slight gain. So, you know, it's a lot of fun to say, hey, this is something that works 80% of the time, but you got to remember that, take that with a big grain of salt. Okay,
so we have Denver and Carolina playing. I don't really care. I've got my orange, my Bengal orange still on. I'm still keeping hope alive, ridiculously. But who should we vote? Who should we? I was going to say vote for. Who should we cheer for this weekend?
So, you know,
what are you going to do? I'm going to follow your lead, Mike.
Not a big fan of either team, like you, so I'm going to root for the market, and that means the NFC. So let's go Panthers.
Let's go Panthers.
After the January we just had, we need a big uptick.
Let's go Panthers for that reason. But kind of like Peyton, the old guy, young guy.
Do you want to lose money next year or not?
All right, go Panthers! Yay! Thank you. This was fun.
Thanks.